Hello, this is Wendy Wompak. I'm going to be doing a series of staging and getting your house ready to put on the market. And so I'm showing you the real me, and I know how you live in a house and how you sell a house are two different things. So we're going to use my kitchen as an example because I'm having a little get together with my office on Friday night, and so I want to get my kitchen looking good. And you know how life is, you start stacking stuff and putting things where they don't belong, and then one day you realize that your kitchen is cluttered. So we're going to declutter, and we're going to talk about a couple cleaning hints that I have. So anyways, when you're thinking about selling your house, and you're as you know, a kitchen is a big selling feature, so you want to make sure that it's nice and clean and decluttered. So a couple things, I'll do a little tour of the kitchen, of things that you're going to want to look for. The first thing is in the oven. Mine's not too bad, but if I were to put my house on the market, I would definitely run the self-cleaning, or if you don't have that, you're going to want to clean it out, because you know what? Buyers look. And the thing about putting your house on the market and getting the most money for it is that it's the impression that buyers have of your house. If your house is nice and clean, it gives the impression that it's an easy to keep clean house. So even though that sounds silly, it is very true. I've taken hundreds of people through houses, and that's the reaction they get when they go through a really clean house. So you're going to want to check the oven. Over here is a good example of how things get cluttered. So the hubby is putting his lunchbox on the counter, so we'll find a home for that. And then here is me, when I make my smoothies, all the things I add to it. So I like to have it all together, but I haven't made a smoothie in a while. So I'm just going to end up putting all that away. And I've got some wine here, some that's been open and probably isn't so good anymore. Again, just clutter that we don't need. One thing is, when you go through your kitchen, I like to point out, if you use it every day, go ahead and keep it out on the counter. So we definitely use the coffee maker every day, but I'm going to take a close look here and see, where coffee splashes back here. It's not as clean as it could be, and some dust on top, so we will get that all nice and wiped up. The sink, I've got a couple products. I love soft scrub with bleach and a scrub brush, and really just get in there, and it just shines it up and makes it look brand new, because it really can get very stained, especially in a stainless steel sink. And then the window shades, I can see I've got some dust going on there, but if I were to put the house on the market and for my party, I probably am going to make sure that those are nice and clean, and I've got a couple products that I like for that. So then moving over here, plants. Like my poor basil plant. I have tried so hard to keep this, well, I haven't tried that hard, but it just doesn't look good. It looks half dead, so I probably am going to get rid of that, and I don't know, this never looks that great, so I'll probably find a home for that. Clean up the stainless steel appliances, and then here's another hubby thing. He likes to put his snacks on the counter, so I'll find a home for this. I'm laughing because our telephone is here, but I cut our landline service, but never bothered to take the telephone out. And then in our family, we just happen to stick things right here because to get to the garage is over here. So we just throw things as we're coming in or out. So those are the things we're going to also pick up. One thing that I always tell everybody is to take all their magneted pictures off the fridge. So nothing sticks to the front of my stainless steel, but if you want to come around and look over this way, yes, that works. You can see even I have my things on the refrigerator. So we're going to, if I were to put the house on the market, I would take those down, and I gotta tell you that this is what buyers do. They're going into a house, they're looking around, and then they'll go up and go, oh, do I know these people? Oh, that person looks like so-and-so. And they're not looking at your house anymore. Instead, they're looking at your belongings, and that is not what we want. We want them looking at your house and the great features, and have them remember. So you don't want your house to be nicknamed the photo booth house because of the photo booth photos. Then lastly, on my to-do to make this how it should be is the refrigerator. So again, this is me in real life, but even if you aren't planning on leaving your refrigerator, I gotta tell you, buyers open the refrigerator door, they just do. So you want to just give the impression, so you can see it's not super dirty, but it's very junky, needs to be cleaned out. So we're gonna want to get this nice and organized and then wiped down. And I hate doing the freezer, but just for you guys, I'm gonna do my freezer. So you can see full and unorganized. That you just want to give that great impression to buyers, that this house is easy to keep clean. And then a couple things I wanted to show you, some cleaning products. So hold on, I'm going to grab them really quick. Okay, so there's a couple things I love to use in the kitchen. I mentioned the soft scrub with bleach for the sink, love that. Crud cutter works great as a degreaser. So if you touch like the top of your microwave or anywhere near your stove, it can get sticky from the grease and gross. And if you feel under here, you know, just from cooking, it gets kind of gross. So you can pull the filters out, spray them with this, let it sit for a moment. That works great. But then my favorite thing are my Norwex cloths. So these are microfiber, but they're very special. They've got silver in it. It's antibacterial. This will make stuff shine. So what I like to do is wipe down the counters and then go back with their polishing cloth, and this will be mirror shiny. So if your countertops are shiny, you will just want to give it that extra oomph by using a Norwex cloth and polisher. And I'm going to give you the name of the gal that I get mine from, who does such a great job. The other thing I like about these is they do a great job taking the fingerprints off of stainless steel. So I have had stainless steel cleaner before that frustrates the heck out of me because it doesn't really clean. So I'll go through and I'll wipe all this down, everything down with this. I'll go back, I know it's a two-step process, I'll go back with the stainless steel cleaner because I do like the sheen that it gives, but I just put it on an already clean refrigerator and cooktop, dishwasher, and the stoves. So that was a lot. I apologize, and I talk fast. So I'm going to go ahead and do all those things we just talked about, and then we'll come back in a few moments and show you how things ended up looking, and you can see if you can tell a difference for getting your house ready to sell.